Fasting Fridays. We're going to talk about fasting and praying on Fridays. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Nicole, your self-proclaimed life encourager. As you can see, I am filming from my prayer closet, and I'm filming a new series that I'm bringing to the channel called Fasting Fridays. And this is a biblical fast, okay? So what to expect on this series? The first thing we're going to talk about in today's video is an introduction to fasting. And then I'm going to review 2 books by the same author for the rest of the videos. So the first book is The 40-Day Sugar Fast, and the author is Wendy Speak. I think that's how you pronounce her name. So the 40-Day Sugar Fast, it says where physical detox meets spiritual transformation. So that's the first book we'll review. And then the second book is The 40-Day Social Media Fast. It says exchange your online distractions for real life devotions. Okay, so we're going to go through these 2 books on Fasting Fridays. Alright, so let's get into today's video. We're going to talk through what is fasting, the biblical reference, and yes, I do have my cue cards. Why you should fast, and we're going to focus on Mark 9 verse 29. We're going to talk through steps to take before, during, and after the fast, so that we are successful. And then lastly, I'm going to talk about the fasting that I'm going to start on January 4th, because every year at the beginning of the year in January, my local church, we do a 21 days of fasting. And so we're starting on January 4th for 21 days. I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm going to do during that fast. So let's talk about what is fasting. Let's talk about the word fast. Fast is abstaining from all or some kind of food and drink. So fasting is the act of doing so. Also, I want to stress here that it's also abstaining from something that's distracting you from spending time with God. So one of the things that I will also fast is a popular TV show that I would watch at a certain time. You know, that would be one of the things I'll fast in conjunction to the food. All right, so that's fasting. So you can find something that is distracting you from spending time with God, and you can fast that also. So why should we fast? We should fast for spiritual strength. Go to Mark 9 verse 14 through 29. I won't go through the entire story, but in verse 29, Jesus was talking to his disciples, and he said the following: "This kind come forth by nothing but by prayer and fasting." I want you to read the story and tell me why Jesus said this to his disciples. And so we need here to fast, and so we can have spiritual strength. I remember in 2019, after I went through my last miscarriage, that I needed some strength to get through this. In my other video where I talk about the prayer closet, the devil was attacking me. He was saying some words to me. He was calling me some names, and he was telling me that, you know, I wasn't a woman, I wasn't a mother. And so I had to go into spiritual warfare, and I did this by fasting. That January, I did fasting, and I had an objective when I went into that fasting. I'm going to talk a little bit about that later on too. So that is why you should fast, for spiritual strength. Another thing is to identify our true dependency. What are we depending on? When we need comfort, do we go to the cake, or do we go to the Bible? Do we go to the ice cream, or do we go to some praise and worship music? You know, what are we depending on, especially when we're going through trials and tribulation? So this is why you should fast, to understand what happens when you're going through these obstacles. And you ask God while you're doing your fasting to ask him, God, what am I really truly depending on? And you'll be surprised. And then the last thing why you should fast is to diligently seek him so you can hear from him. You need quiet time. You know, we always think that we should be going into prayer and just praying and telling God and talking. And yes, he listens to us, but there's times when you need to stop and listen to him. So during your prayer time, not just talk to him, stop and just listen, and you will hear from him I'm telling you from experience that I have heard from him multiple times. So that is why you should fast, to diligently seek him so you can hear from him, because our mind is clouded with food and a different distraction. So let us diligently, earnestly seek him during this time. Okay, let's talk about what you should do before you start a fast. You should ensure that you are committed. Make a commitment on the type of fast you're going to do. The time is the first thing. So how long are you going to fast? You don't have to do the 21 days fast. You can do 3-day fast, a 7-day fast. What time are you going to commit to this fasting? The book here is saying 40 days fast, and the 40-day fast for the first book is sugar. She's talking about sugar, so she's specifically saying 40 days of no sugar. And then the second fast is 40 days of no social media. So that's the fast. So what are you going to fast? So think through the time, how long you're going to fast, and then think through what kind of fast. Food fast or social media fast? What is it that you're going to fast? And also, just want to plug here that if you're going to do a food fast, make sure you consult your doctor before you start. And then the second thing is, what is your objective for this fast? Why are you doing the fast? What are you trying to get from out of it? Do you want specific prayers answered? I remember I had specific prayers that I need answered when I was going into my 21 days fast in January of 2019. I had specific questions that I had, and I wrote those questions down, and I was saying, God, I'm coming to you in this 21 days of fasting, and I want to hear from you. So know why you're doing it. And so now we're going to go into what do you do during the fast. So during the fast, you're constantly praying, of course. Constantly praying about the things that you're bringing to Christ. So that's the first thing. And then what you should do is set time. How are you going to do this fast? So you have 21 days or 7 days or 3 days. What are you going to do during this time? And there's a few ways you could do the time. When I say time, during the day. So for me, I know I do everything in the morning. So here's what you could do. You have morning, you can do praise and worship. So I have praise and worship music, just into that essence of praise and worship, worshiping Christ, just that atmosphere, bring that atmosphere in the morning. Then at noon, you can spend time reading his word. So you can specifically spend time on a Bible verse that you want to spend time or focus on during the entire fast, or you want to read the entire Psalms, or you want to read Genesis, whatever it is, that's what you can do at noon, spend time reading his word. Then in the evening, you spend time praying and then get ready to break your fast. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit when I mean breaking your fast. For me, I do everything in the morning. I do the praise and worship, then I do my devotions, then I do a specific book that I'm about to read, and then I just continue praying throughout the afternoon. I break my fast with praise and worship music while I prepare my meal. That's what I am going to do for my fast. Okay, so just figure out what you're going to do. And then after the fast, what are you expecting after the fast? Okay, so I know if you do the food fast, you're expecting to lose a little weight, but that's supposed to be bonus result. You should get some spiritual renewal after the fast. You should be so renewed, and you should be understanding who you're depending on, and who we're depending on is Christ. That's what you should get after the fast. You should also get expected results. So you should see, and not immediately. So after the 21-day fast, you're not going to hear God answer or see the answers right away, but you should expect it to come, because you've done this 21-day fast. You've asked God for these certain things. He's revealed certain things to you. He could have probably revealed that the things that you're asking him for is not what it's good for you. He's giving you something else. So expect results after the fast. So my fast, I told you the time is 21 days. So I already know how long I'm going to do my fast. What kind of fast I'm going to do? I'm going to do the food fast, and it's going to be no meat. I am going to eat fish, and I am going to eat just one meal per day. So I'll start out my day with tea, and I'll drink water during the day, and then before I break my fast, I will put on my praise and worship music while I am preparing my one meal a day, and then I'll break my fast with that one meal a day in the afternoon. And so I'll break my fast at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's how I'm going to do my fast. So during the fast, what I'm going to do, my regular morning devotions, and if you've been following me, you know I do my morning devotions, so I'll do that. At lunchtime, I'm going to read a book in the Bible. I'm focusing on the book of Genesis in January. So I'm going to be reading the chapters each day, during this 21 days fast. And then again, as I said, break my fast with praise and worship music, and then eat my one meal. All right, guys, I hope you get something from this. Come on back for the Fasting Fridays series. I'm so excited about these books. They are really good. I have read this one so far, and I'm so looking forward to sharing what this book has to say, because I got some new insights on this and I just have to share it with you guys. All right, so thank you guys for watching. Again, this is your girl Nicole, your self-proclaimed life encourager, where my mission in life is to do 3 things: inspire, assist, and encourage you to become the best version of you. Check me back, Fasting Fridays.